With two hot-button issues on the ballot, many voters who turned out for the August special election are hoping for a quicker process this time around. NBC4's Kyle Beachy spoke to the Franklin County Board of Elections about the long lines that we saw in August. And have they made changes to account for that?
Yeah, they have made a few changes. The way they described it to me was they tweaked their process just a bit to try to get people through faster after some of those folks were waiting nearly 2 hours to vote.
If folks come up here to vote, they will be able to cast their ballot.
But how long will it take to cast that ballot? The lines were long during the August 8th special election. So long, on the last day of early voting, the line shut off at 5 and the last voters were still casting ballots at 6:30.
We obviously had some lines up here. We did do a few things. We tweaked. We moved the room that the early vote center's in. We added a couple more stations, check-in stations, and we added some more machines. But we streamlined some things, and that's certainly faster.
Aaron Sellers with the Board of Elections says right now they've sent out 48,000 mail-in ballots and had about 34,000 people vote in person. That's almost double the numbers from August. He says they are working to make the process quicker.
The hope is to get people in and they know what they're going to vote on. They cast their ballot, we get them in, we get them out, and we go on to the next person.
But part of that is voters being prepared, and that's not always the case. Like in August, the line stretched all the way around the building. People waiting in the sun for hours.
You are not livestock. You are people. No porta potties, no water, no shade.
Sellers says only a handful of people have complained about the long lines, but with improvements, he says they're getting 350 voters through each hour on average and hopes to reach 600 an hour by Election Day.
It went smooth. It's going smooth now. So, voter suppression, that kind of thing, I don't buy that. Generally, Sunday is the busiest because it's the most compressed. It's 1 p.m. to 5 p.m.
And early voting is still open if you want to cast that ballot before Tuesday, 7:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. Thursday and Friday, and then 8 to 4 on Saturday and 1 to 5 on Sunday, like he said. And that is your last day to vote early.